Mommy.
Okay. All right. Look like we live here. We live. Let me just make sure everything is going good. Let me make sure everything is working the way it should be working. Let me just make sure. And with that sound, that means it is. My name is Tyrone Irvin, and this is Soapbox Heroes. Today, we have a show for you. We have something that's very, very important to talk about. Not only is it important, it's very near and dear to my heart. So we're going to go ahead and get into it here. Let me share a couple times, get this shared up. Let some people know what we're doing around here. Today, we're going to be talking about justice for Ocean Wright. You hear me? We're going to be talking about justice for Ocean Wright. So I'm going to share one or two more times, get some people on over here. If you're watching on the YouTube channel for the first time, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the like button, turn on your notifications, make sure that this is something that you stay in tune with. Stay in tune with us. All right? So as I'm sharing here, you guys go ahead and share with some other people. Let them know what we're doing. And again, today, you guys see this picture behind me? Her name is Ocean Wright. And we're going to be talking about some things. We're going to be talking about justice for Ocean Wright. We scream justice for a lot of people, but today we're going to scream justice for Ocean Wright. So by the end of this, I hope that you are saying and telling somebody else, we need justice for Ocean Wright. Okay? So let me share my screen with you. I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to share the article with you. I'm going to share with you what happened, just so you will know. Let me get that shared up. Justice for Ocean Wright. You hear me? All right, I'm going to share my screen here with you. I'm going to read you a little something, and I'm going to bring in a special guest today. I'm going to read this to you, and then I'm going to bring in a very special guest today. All right, look like we shared up. Again, if you guys hit the like button when you come in, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Let some people know what we got going on here. This is Soapbox Heroes, and today we are talking justice for Ocean Wright. And why would I say that? Let me let you guys know. Let me get to this article. All right. And by the way, this is a picture of her as well. Right here on the left, that's the picture of Ocean. And the caption under the picture says, Ocean Wright, 2, was badly burned in August and died on September 25th. All right. Now listen to it. You guys got to listen to the story. You got to listen to how it goes. And after this is done, I hope that everybody out there watching is willing to share, is willing to speak up, willing to talk to somebody, willing to let this be known, because sometimes things happen when groups get involved. All right. Justice for Ocean Wright. Honolulu police are investigating the death of a 2-year-old girl who allegedly had boiling water poured on her in August while staying on base with her Schofield Barracks father, relatives of the girl and officials said. All right. So that's saying that her father lived on base, so he was in the military. Ocean Wright was sent to Hawaii for the summer for visitation with her father, said the girl's mother, Sassy Curry, who lives in Las Vegas. All right. On the evening of August 18th, a 911 call came in requesting medical assistance at the on-base home of Schofield's Barracks Sergeant Christian Whiting. 25th Infantry Division spokesman Lieutenant Kirk Kellogg said. Okay, so they got a call that something happened on the base. Honolulu Emergency Medical Service, which responded, said the 2-year-old has second-degree burns to the right side of her face, forehead, neck, arm, and legs. Medical first responders made the determination that the child needed further care and needed to be taken to the hospital and was transported to Kapolini Medical Center for Women and Children, Kellogg said. Miracle Watson, a cousin of Curry's, alleged on Facebook page that the child was burnt with boiling hot water and only God knows what else. She's really a sweetheart. There's nothing in the world she could have done to be treated this way. Okay? Again, by the end of this, anybody that watches this should be saying justice for Ocean Wright. All right? This should be something that should be shared. This should be something that should be talked about. This is something that we should care about. And again, in 2 seconds here, as soon as I get done with this, I'm going to bring somebody in and we're going to elaborate on this even more. If you got any questions, make sure you leave your questions. Make sure you leave your comments. Talk to me, I'll talk back. We trying to express some awareness. Hopefully you guys help the awareness be spread, okay? Curry told the Honolulu Star Advertiser Tuesday that Whiting's mother called her to say that Christian found the child in the tub and her skin is peeling off her face, Curry said. Whiting and Cook at Schofield had told her differing stories, including that he was downstairs with his wife, Tahani, heard Ocean screaming and found her in the bathtub. Another version, Curry said, was that the girl was playing with the wire behind the TV. So they changed up their story. First, they said they found her in the bathtub with the skin peeling off her face. And then they switched it up and said that she had grabbed a plug behind the television, which doesn't make sense because it'd be 120 volts. And 120 volts wouldn't do that to your skin, but let me proceed. When I received the devastating phone call, I rushed on a plane to Hawaii from Las Vegas, not knowing where or how I was going to care for myself, and arrived at the hospital to see my child unrecognizable, Curry said on a GoFundMe page. All right. At the time of the posting on September 6th, Curry said her daughter was in surgery and had skin grafts. But the daughter she called Oshi died on September 25th, she said. Okay, imagine what this family had to go through. All right, a mother having to rush out there to get her child who was staying with the child's father. And this is the news you get? Curry said when she spoke with doctors at Capilani after her daughter was admitted, and he told me that Ocean was being treated for scalding water burns. And I stayed crying and I said, what does that mean? Even though I knew what it means. I had to hear it. He tells me the child had been burned with water. Honolulu police spokesman Michelle Yu said when the case was initiated, it was investigated as a possible first-degree assault. But after the girl died, it was reclassified as an unattended death until the autopsy report is finished. You said there have been no arrests. All right. Kellogg said the state's child welfare services was notified of the girl's injury the same night the 911 call came in. Curry's GoFund page, and then it leaves the information. All right. So we see what's going on there. And we also heard what the article said.
Yeah, might go downstairs and finish the ice cream.
So let me get somebody in here real quick. How you doing?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, let everybody know who you are and what's your relation to this story.
Okay, my name is Marcus Wright. I am the non-biological father of Ocean Wright. I was there since birth. You know what I'm saying? I was the one that raised her. She has my last name, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Sassy and I are married. We have 2 other kids together.
Okay. Okay. We'll talk about it. What's going on in the case? You give me your version, and I know it because with all disclosure, this is my cousin. And when this took place, we were next to each other. And so you give your rendition of what went on. I know what the newspaper said, but you tell me what happened.
Okay. Well, Chris and Sassy were going through, you know what I'm saying, a custody battle or whatnot.
And Kristen is who?
Chris is her biological father. You know
okay.
The nigga that was never there. Anyways, long story short, you know what I'm saying, he won 2 months. He was already 2 weeks late, you know what I'm saying, to get her. So she was supposed to be out there for 6 weeks. She didn't even make it for 6 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. There were injuries prior to her going to the hospital for this burn. So they were abusing her the whole time that she was out there. When we went out, but she went out there to go see her. There were bite marks on her butt. There were bruises all over her legs and backs from being whooped. You know what I'm saying? We had people contacting us on Facebook, on Instagram, and all different type of social media, letting us know that, you know what I'm saying, how bad of a person Heidi Bowman was and how evil she was. And, you know what I'm saying, even though it was even on Facebook where Heidi basically admitted that she did it, you know what I'm saying, and it's still no justice.
So no justice. So what do you mean by no justice? Well, before we get to that, so you're saying that there was already other marks and other things that was evident and consistent with abuse before the burn?
Yes, bro. She went to the hospital, I think 2 weeks before that even happened, before she even got burnt with a fractured eye socket, bro. A 2-year-old with a fractured eye socket. She went to the hospital and they didn't even stay for the doctor to finish you know what I'm saying, looking at her. They left before she was even, you know what I'm saying, even admitted to the hospital. CPS was involved and never let us know anything. They knew about this. You know what I'm saying? It's a law in place in Hawaii at the same Schofield barracks called the Tenaya Law, which is a law put in place because a couple years back, maybe 4 to 5 years back, a little girl named Tenaya went through the same situation. She went out there to go see her father. The little girl ended up passing away. The Army had no idea that the little girl was even on the barracks. So the law basically put in place was to say that if you have a child visiting in Hawaii on these Schofield barracks, that you have to, you know what I'm saying, basically sign off. You have to let everybody in the Army, your sergeant, whoever is above you, you have to let them know that you have a baby on the base. You know what I'm saying? So if anything was to happen, they will already be aware. They're claiming that they had no idea. No one knows. CPS dropped the ball. The Army dropped the ball. You feel me? The hospital dropped the ball. Because if a baby comes in with a fractured eye socket into the hospital, you feel me?
They supposed to call CPS. They supposed to call somebody.
And CPS knew about it, and they never followed up on the investigation. They never let us know. The only reason we found out is, you know what I'm saying, from when Sassy went down there, the CPS lady told her and gave her information, gave her paperwork saying that they already knew and they apologized. But, you know what I'm saying, when we told them that we were going to, you know what I'm saying, press forward and press the issue on justice, they actually called us and told us that if we let the world know that they dropped the ball, that they will not help us.
They said that they wouldn't help you. Okay, well, let me ask you this. How much did they end up helping you?
Not at all. They pulled all the way back. because they didn't want anything to fall on them.
Okay, so CPS didn't want anything to fall on them. Okay, what about the law or the rule to where they said that if somebody was to have a child on the barracks, they're supposed to let what, the Army know?
They're supposed to let the Army know. The Army is supposed to have been notified, and you know what I'm saying, the baby was supposed to, you know what I'm saying, they'll go through some type of paperwork or whatnot, letting them know that, you know what I'm saying, the baby was on base and who the baby was connected to and how long the baby was supposed to be there. And you know what I'm saying, they were supposed to take the baby to the Schofield Barracks Hospital. They took the baby off base. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of red flags in this case, which I don't understand how somebody could be gone for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And there's so much evidence, but there's no justice served.
Okay, and yeah. So when we talk about justice, was there any arrests made directly after it happened?
Tahiti Bowman was arrested, but she was also bailed out by Chris. You know what I'm saying? With the money, you know what I'm saying? Which is more crazy, you know what I'm saying? While she was out there, he went and got a life insurance on her. You know what I'm saying? Worth about
Wait. Hold on, Mark. So while she was out there going to see her dad, he went and got a life insurance policy, and all this just happened to her right after she got the life insurance policy?
Correct.
Okay.
There's been no further investigation. Everybody's been, you know what I'm saying, trying to push us to the side. They even let this man discharge honorably from the Army after this happened. You know what I'm saying? The sergeant that we were talking to, he was, you know what I'm saying, basically keeping this under wraps because we told him that we found out, and he was like, "How did you find out? Who told you that?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I can't even explain it, bro. It's just.
So they were mad that you found out that he was honorably discharged from the Army.
Honorably discharged, you know what I'm saying?
And they're mad that you guys know. Do it seem like the Army is trying to hide something?
Of course. I believe that they don't want anything to fall back on them to where we can sue the Army, you know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, why would they allow him to discharge from the Army and this happened on the Army base, you know what I'm saying, while he was active duty in the Army? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't the MPs take control of this case? Why was it nothing, like no issues pressed on his end? They even allowed him that same year she died. The same year that she died, he was able to leave the base, leave Hawaii, and go home to Florida where he lives at, or his parents live at, and go on vacation.
Go on vacation. I don't understand how you would want to go on vacation after something like that. But so it seems like they're giving him a lot of levity. Was he ever arrested?
No, he was never arrested. He claims that he wasn't in the house at first. Then he claims that they were downstairs cooking and the baby fell in the tub. It was so much. There's so many different stories that he explained, but from the hospital, they told us that there is no way that the shower could have got that hot to burn her like that. And the way that she was burnt, the doctor explained to us that somebody had to literally stand above her and pour the hot water down on the top of her head. And she had her arm like this because her eyes and her eyebrows weren't burnt, but her forearm was burnt.
Oh wow!
Her toes were burnt to the point where they got melted together.
So her toes were burnt to the point where they got melted together. And what did they try to do? Act like she just jumped in a hot bathtub. So a 2-year-old, what they saying? A 2-year-old ran a hot bath and just jumped in halfway.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? The medical report shows that the hot water was poured directly onto the top of her head.
What? So it was poured directly on the top of her head. Okay. And I understand, I know it got to be frustrating with all this evidence, with all these things pointing directly to what happened. So did the dad ever say anything to the mother? Has the dad said anything to you guys? Tried to have a cogent conversation, explaining anything?
No, he hasn't. He didn't even want to pay any of that money to, you know what I'm saying, get Sassy out there or to fly Ocean's body back home. He didn't want to do anything. He hasn't contacted us. He hasn't, you know what I'm saying? His mom tried to contact us, you know what I'm saying? But as far as him, no contact. You know what I'm saying? The same month that she died, well, the next month after she died, we were getting Facebook DMs from strippers that work in strip clubs out there saying that they heard the story and they don't understand that if he was a good father, why is he in the club throwing money? You know what I'm saying? In the strip club throwing money if his baby just died. People that we don't even know just so happen to run across the story on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We're getting in contact with us with this information.
So it seems almost like he don't have any type of
Any type of remorse.
no type of remorse at all. What about, so the lady, what was her name? That was his wife.
It supposedly was his wife, but we found once we did a little more digging, they never even got married. So she shouldn't even been at his house on the Schofield barracks because they were not legally married.
Yeah, and her name was Tahani. So on the barracks, so they were doing a few things wrong on the barracks then. He didn't report that he had a child on the barracks, and he said that he was married and he wasn't married and had the woman living on the barracks, in the barracks.
Yes.
Okay, what about the Army? Did the Army ever investigate it themselves? Did he ever spend any time in the brig? Anything?
No, this man has not spent one afternoon with his handcuffs.
Not one afternoon with his handcuffed with all of this evidence.
With all of this evidence, even you could, excuse me, you can even be more diligent and just type in Ocean Wright, and you can see that there's bloggers on there that have screenshot Tahadi's Facebook messages saying that, yeah, I put her in the hospital, but I'm not the one that killed her. The surgery was the one that killed her.
So she admit putting her in the hospital, but she won't. She admits putting her in the hospital, but she says something else is the reason. The surgery is the reason that she died.
Yeah, the skin grafting, because she died during her last skin grafting when they were trying to scrape some extra skin, all that extra skin off of her face. So you know what I'm saying, they're trying to get her back to as normal looking as possible.
Now, how crazy do that sound if she wouldn't have never needed that process without the abuse?
Exactly.
That sounds crazy. All right. Why do you think that she was so willing to be so vicious, man?
I don't know. We talked to some of the people that know her on Facebook, and they said that she was always an evil person growing up or whatnot. I have no idea who somebody in their right mind would even think to hurt a baby like that. Like, if you feel bad or ill intentions about a child like that, send them home. It's that easy.
Send them home.
Responsibility. Send them home. If you feel like you can't handle them, if they were too much for you, feel me, send them home. That easy. You know what I'm saying? She could have been right now in kindergarten.
Right. And I looked at some of the videos and some of the stuff that was posted on YouTube, and it actually surprised me because I didn't even know that some of these things were posted on YouTube. And I'll never forget that earlier when I was looking at it, one of the most glaring comments I seen, it was like, it says something, how do they keep letting abusive parents like this keep making children? And so if they let them free and still just be out in this world to just procreate and do what they want to do, it's a possibility of this happening again. Let me ask you this. For Ocean's brother and sisters, how is that for them? How's the recovery? How do you recover from that? Do you?
There is no recovery from it. It's something. It's like a scar that never could heal, because especially when there's no justice. It's like, bro, it's like, man, my kids ask about death more than ever. Like, she has an older 5-year-old brother. She has a 9-year-old sister, a 12-year-old brother, a 11-year-old sister, and they all ask about death now. Why did she have to die? Am I going to die too? You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like it make them like grow up faster than necessary because now they have to deal with something that they shouldn't have to deal with?
Yeah, my son used to be outside every single day. Now he doesn't even like to go outside anymore.
Okay. What about you as the dad? What about Sassity as the mom? What would you say? What would you advise somebody as far as the healing process? Because I know it's tough. I like I said, I was always amazed at how well you held it together, even when you didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? And I was always impressed because we talked about it and we was like, well, you have to kind of for your kids. But how do you go about that? Because it's easy to say, but how do you actually do it?
Man, honestly, the only thing that held me together was my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? That was the only thing that held me together. The only thing. I was to the point where I wanted to kill anybody because I couldn't get to him. I was
Yeah.
so upset and so flustered in my mind, I couldn't sleep. I still have days where I can't sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's bad for me, but it's even worse for her mom because she
Right.
was the one that put her on a plane. You know what I'm saying? She asked me on a daily, like, do you think like, it's my fault? You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's a heavy burden that we can't seem to get off our back. We can't even get any justice, which makes it even worse. It's like throwing bricks into the backpack that we're carrying. You know what I'm saying? Of the burden of our baby is gone. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
All right. Well, break it down in your own words. Why exactly is it that you don't think that you guys are getting justice? And then we're going to have to do some examining and some homework to find out what we have to do to get justice. But what are the obstacles and what are the hurdles and what do you feel like the issues are?
I feel like one of the main obstacles is the army, is CPS, the government. They don't want to get sued because the Tanea law was already in place, and the lady that the mother of Tanea won millions of dollars because of this situation. We don't even care about the money. We
Right.
care about the justice and the situation that we sent our baby out there and she never made it home.
Right. Right.
That I believe they're the biggest obstacles because, like I said, they don't want to get sued. They don't want anything to point back to them. Like we had a CPS, one of the CPS investigators, tell Sassy when she was out in Hawaii that the baby had a fractured eye socket and they knew about it and they dropped the ball on the point that they didn't contact her as soon as it happened. They didn't do the follow up after they left the hospital without being discharged, without actually seeing the doctors, without having, you know what I'm saying, anything done to the baby as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, the doctors weren't able to care for the baby. They just got up and left. So CPS was supposed to follow up and go to the home and make sure the home was safe or whatnot. And she admitted to us that they dropped the ball, but she also admitted that if we put her or CPS in the situation, that they were going to step back and won't help us, and they did exactly that.
So yeah, they're more worried about keeping the pristine name and not getting sued when you're not even worried about that. You just want justice for what happened. All right. Has the DA closed the case or is it still an open case?
It's still an open case. It's still an
Okay.
open case.
Okay. So that means we still got action there.
We still got action, but it's just more difficult because now we don't even know where this man is at. He could be living his best life, you know what I'm saying, wherever he's at, living freely. You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to hold him in Hawaii until the case was closed because now it's a murder case. You know what I'm saying? But they're still allowing this man to do what he wants to do, to Heidi Bowman to do what she wants to do, go anywhere they please.
Right. So basically she's still out on bail.
Honestly, they won't even give us information on her. All we know is that Chris is out of the army now. He's not being charged. They're trying to charge to Heidi and let him go.
So they want to just let him go, even though his story changed.
Even though his story changed. He never seen the inside of himself. If this was anything else, if this was me and one of my friends had happened to die in my care, you know what I'm saying? While at my house, I'll be looked at for questioning. I'll be, you know what I'm saying, looked at a certain way, like, well, you were there, they were at your house, and you don't know what happened. This is your daughter, bro. You don't know what happened to her. She was in your care, bro. You don't know what happened to her. All these different stories, bro. That should raise a red flag right there, and at least have the MPs or the detectives out there going to him. Like, come on, bro. You just got an insurance policy on this baby before she died.
Okay. As far as the insurance policy, was the insurance policy ever cashed out and did he get it all?
Honestly, I don't know if he got it all, but you know what I'm saying. There was one of his sergeants that did say that, you know what I'm saying, it was the insurance policy was he gets X amount of money because she died. Then after she was buried, he was going to get an X amount of money. You know what I'm saying? They weren't stopping none of that. They actually took from that money to send Sassy and the baby home. You know what I'm saying? The sergeant actually took from his money and gave it to Sassy.
Wow. So the sergeant was in control of the money, but now that he's been discharged or honorably discharged from the army, it seemed like all that stuff would be in his possession now.
Yes.
Oh wow. And again, I'm sure that's not the biggest concern. I'm just asking because I don't think that is right. And so I think that there should be some things put in place to where he would have to be investigated just like anybody else.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
far as the lady Tahani just being able to, so they don't think she's a flight risk, or you don't know, they keeping you in the dark.
They're keeping us in the dark, bro. It's been almost 2 years. This September it'll be 2 years, bro. And right now excuse me, we're as in the dark as, you know what I'm saying, as bats right now. You know what I'm saying? Every time we call, and you know what I'm saying, we're getting a run around. It's not like it's California and we can just drive down to a courthouse and sit in front of a courthouse and, you know what I'm saying, march for justice or anything. This is Hawaii. There's thousands of miles of ocean in between us. You know
Right.
So
Right.
with that being said, it's like there's certain things that we can't do, but there's certain things that we're hearing from other people in the army that knew this man, or people that live out there that knew this woman. They're coming to us through different social media events. I mean, different social media platforms, and giving us information that we never had. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that he was in the strip club days after she passed away, throwing money. You know what I'm saying? Or the fact that he got out of the army. The army didn't let us know that. It was one of his associates that was in the army that found out, you know what I'm saying, that they discharged him. He called us, you know what I'm saying, off his own cell phone, off his own, you know what I'm saying, mind, saying like, nah, this is not right. You know what I'm saying? Let me call them and, you know what I'm saying, let them know what's going on just in case they don't know.
Right. Here, let me show you something real quick. I'm going to show the screen. And if you guys out there, if you're watching, if you can, find a way to share this, find a way to talk to somebody, tell them what's going on. Look right there, Marcus. The prosecuting attorney for the city and the county of Honolulu is Keith M. Kaneshiro. So if he's the prosecutor, he's the prosecuting attorney, that's who's in charge of actually taking the case to trial.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we need to find a way to get in his ear, or call him 1,000 times, call his office until the phone break, and let him know that some people care, because solely is literally in this person's hands, in this man's hand, if I'm not mistaken, because it happened in Honolulu. Now, I'm not sure about the rules as far as it being on the army base, but at the same time, the army don't seem like they want to have nothing to do with it. They didn't take her to the hospital that was there on base. They took her to a hospital that was off base.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe anybody watching, anybody see this now, anybody see this later, you guys let me know. What should we do? Should we ring this man's phone and tell it break? Because I think that's what I'm about to do. In fact, I'm sure that's what I'm about to do. His name is Keith M. Kaneshiro.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as Keith feel like this family don't have no support, then yeah, they just gonna drag it out. So maybe we just all need to show up and show out. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure I get his number and share it much as possible. Share it much as possible.
Man, please do. We just trying to raise awareness of what's going on. Because honestly, you know what I'm saying, I love my baby. I want justice for my baby as much as the next parent will want justice for their baby. But this is not the only epidemic that happened for babies. I'm saying, I was just on Facebook earlier today, and this baby's getting killed by their parents or other people all over the world. You know what I'm saying? This has to stop, bro. This is not. These are innocent babies. They can't defend themselves.
Right. 2 years old. Come on. And then what bothers me is the cockamamie story and how the stories change. And when there's so much evidence contrary to what the story is, it frustrates me that she could be out on bail just floating around. And I know what people do. They just keep bounding out the case, bounding it out, so things will subside. And that's why I say, maybe we need to go ahead and get in this prosecutor's ear. Maybe we just need to keep the phone on speed dial and let him know, like, nah, we want justice for Ocean. This isn't something that we forgot.
Right. That's the whole reason we on the soapbox today.
Yeah,
Raise awareness and hopefully get some more people to call in, because apparently what we doing is not enough. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
And they're gonna star you guys out because you're so far away. I mean, let's be honest. Anybody in their right mind know it'll cost a large fortune to go to Hawaii and back. They know that people just can't pick up their family and just move to Hawaii. You see what I'm saying? So the distance kinds of make it easy for them to perpetrate this game. And the Army, of course, the military, whatever it is, of course, they're going to play games because they feel like they got all the might and all the power in the world. But if they send her to a hospital off the base, that's where it seems like it becomes a local issue. You see, so there has to be something that could be done. And if anybody is watching, if anybody got any type of suggestions or anything that you know that we could do, let us know. If there's any attorneys out there. Yeah, if there's any attorneys out there that are willing to help.
We had two attorneys on the case that said that, you know what I'm saying, that this case would need millions of dollars thrown at it because, you know what I'm saying, the government has billions to throw at it if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So
if they wanted to.
Paperwork. Exactly.
And see, and they might not want to.
They don't, because
they might not want to. It might just be as far as just us getting the right lawyer, getting the right representation. I think it's all about who you know nowadays. And so you guys, if you guys can help us put your brains together, help us come up with something. Help us do something. Marcus, tell me what's on your mind, man. Say what you're thinking. Just say whatever you want to say, man.
Man, I just think that, you know what I'm saying, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff that goes on in the world and all these, it's just crazy to me, bro. I'm baffled. Every day I wake up, I'm still in disbelief that all this evidence is sitting here pointing directly at these two. You know what I'm saying? And all they have is lies on top of lies on top of lies. It would seem that somebody would want to step up, stand up, you know what I'm saying, get out of their chair, step out of their comfort zone and say, no, this is wrong. We know that there was foul play prior to her being put into the hospital the last time. We know that there was foul play. You know what I'm saying? The neighbors even said that, you know what I'm saying, they would hear a baby crying, and Tahani even admits that when a baby would boo-boo on herself, 2-year-old baby would boo-boo on herself, she would take her into the backyard and hose her down like a dog.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
And this is stuff that she would admit to, and that there's evidence pointing to her actually saying these things.
That's on black and white paperwork.
Okay, well, obviously this is a cover-up to the umpteenth degree, and it's something that needs to be uncovered. So it looks like we're gonna have to talk about this a lot more. And me myself, I didn't say nothing because I just felt like it had to be something done in due time. You see what I mean? Because I know the pain that it causes and stuff. And let me ask you that for anybody else that's going through things. You as a father, what have you been doing? And we spoke about it a little bit earlier briefly, but what have you been doing to just kind of lift the spirits of your other kids?
Honestly, you know what I'm saying, I've been talking to them diligently. You know what I'm saying? I dig because, you know, kids, even though some people think kids are dumb, kids are very smart. We can remember back when we were young, we would hear conversations, and just because our parents thought we didn't understand them didn't mean that we did.
I remember when you dropped Keith's turtle off the balcony.
Hey, that turtle was already dead before I dropped it.
So you say.
Okay, but nah, what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying, all I do is I just, you know what I'm saying, talk to him on a daily. I pull him, you know what I'm saying, we have father-daughter days, father-son days, you know what I'm saying, and I just talk to him. I dig into their brain, you know what I'm saying, how you feel, what's going on, you know what I'm saying, can we talk about something? They ask, I'm open, I'm an open book. My kids, we if they have something to conversate, I'm not going to shoot it down. If my kids want to know something, I'm going to give it to them the way that it is. Right. That's one thing about my parenting. I don't really sugarcoat too much, because the world isn't made of sugar. Once they get out into this world, you know what I'm saying, they need to see that what the world is.
Right.
So it's no there's no reason as a parent for us to sugarcoat and try to make it seem like the world is all flowers and sugar and candy when it's not. When as adults we know that it's a junkyard. You know what I'm saying? People out here starving and dying and killing and raping and you know what I'm saying, kidnapping people all the time. So you know what I'm saying. I just try to keep it as basic black and white with them as I could. You know what I'm saying. We've been going to church. That helped a lot because, like I said, I was down to a point where I was beating myself up. Why wasn't I a better parent? You know what I'm saying? Why did not go out there? You know what I'm saying? It got me questioning myself about the situation when I had no control, nothing to do with the situation, but it still brings it back to me. You know what I'm saying? What could I have done better? You know what I'm saying? Could I have been a better parent before?
It
Could I
makes
have
you
did
question
something different?
yourself.
Yes.
Right. Well, the person that should be questioning themselves the most is the guy. And I don't even really want to keep going over his name unless he in cuffs. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, I think we definitely need to press that prosecutor. And I want you to know that, hey, you got a lot of love. Your family got a lot of love. My family, we love you. Period, point blank.
Yeah. Love go all the way around. Full
Man,
circle.
and it's a tough subject, but again, we talking about it in hopes to bring some awareness and to watch out for people. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for people because people weren't no good. Marcus, was this something that you guys would ever expect?
No, who would expect who? No, bro. Come on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to be racist, but you know what I'm saying? First of all, black people don't do this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Secondly, you know what I'm saying? We were thinking, you know what I'm saying? This is her biological father. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why, like who would think that, you know what I'm saying, somebody would allow their baby to, even if he had nothing to do with it and it was all her. When she went to jail, he bailed her out. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
and with the eye socket, he still came
exactly.
back home and chilled.
Exactly. Come on now. It takes a lot of pressure to break someone's eye socket. That's not just a fall. That's not just a slip and fall. That's not, you know what I'm saying, some kids playing and they accidentally got hit with something. That's an adult striking a baby as hard as they could to crack their eye socket.
And so when it happened with the eye socket, what was the excuse then? They said that she fell?
Man, they didn't even give us an excuse for that. They didn't even give us an excuse. Honestly, I wasn't out there. I wasn't able to speak to the man face to face because it would have been more than a little bit of speaking going on. Honestly, you know what I'm saying. But it's just, you know what I'm saying. They're keeping us deprived of information. You know what I'm saying. They get.
I know that's the hardest part is being deprived of information. It's almost like no closure. Who are you reaching out to for information?
Man, it's a detective out there that was a detective on a case named Dom Mazzano. Sergeant Chris, not Chris Whiting, but his sergeant first name is actually Chris too. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's the 125th Division Infantry or whatnot that's out there on the Schofield Barracks. We've been talking to these people. Don actually took himself off the case recently and gave it to one of his other detectives that's out there. You know what I'm saying? And he wouldn't even give me the information on the case at all. You know what I'm saying? Probably because he says because I'm not the biological parent, but you know what I'm saying? As we both know, I was taking care of this baby her whole life when she came out. I was there when she got cut out the wound and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just
this we know, and this is why she have your last name.
Exactly.
And I think that people, when they hear the story, I don't want nobody to get that twisted. Just because in the article it says that she went to go visit her biological dad, I can say for a fact, I know who her dad is, and he right here on the call with me. That's her dad. I could tell you for a fact. So never read nothing and don't get nothing twisted. Don't get it mistaken. She had his last name for a reason. Not only do she have his last name, I guarantee you that she has his heart, because to watch a family member go through that, it tugs on your heart. It pulls on your heart. And me and Marcus are very, very close, very close. And so this isn't something that he's not going through by himself, but to watch him and to understand. And I want to tell you one thing, Marcus, your maturity over the last couple years, not just because of this, but including what happened to her has came leaks. Man, I'll be watching and reading some of the say, man, you're more mature than some of these 65-year-old men running around here. You know,
Yeah, man. It'll definitely grow you, man. The more that you go through experiences is what turn people to mature people. And this was one of those experiences that, you know what I'm saying, shot me up to a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? It made me actually have to step back and reevaluate my life, you know what I'm saying, and what I was doing and how I was doing it, you know what I'm
right,
saying? And you know what I'm saying, I thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? I know that, you know what I'm saying, some people would say, oh, like some people even was on Facebook, like, you know what I'm saying, there is no God. How could you thank God and all this in this situation happens, man? Because everything happens for a reason.
right,
Everything happens for a reason. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, my baby dying, you know what I'm saying, was something that I'm really thankful for. Is, you know what I'm saying, I'm thankful for the self-education afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You know,
The
and if
growth
something doesn't
afterwards.
exactly, if you if it that old saying, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. This is one of the events. You know what I'm saying? It didn't kill me, it killed my baby, but it made us stronger as a family. It made me stronger as a man. It made me, you know what I'm saying, more mature as a man. It made me, you know what I'm saying, really look at my kids and, you know what I'm saying, reevaluate how I was handling them, and, you know what I'm saying, my relationships with them and my relationships with some of my family members. You know what I'm saying? And it just made me really rethink my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I wish if I had a wish, I would wish this to be undone. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right,
every day we wake up, you know what I'm saying? It tears more at my wife than it does me. You know what I'm saying? I see her crying on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? And I can't do anything to help her. All I could, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing that I can do. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I could just sit there and pray for her, ask her, what can I do? Is there anything that I can do? You know what I'm saying? And it's really not on me. It's just, you know what I'm saying, the whole situation, the weight of it. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
It's hitting her a
Sometimes
little different.
sometimes just your patience and your love and the intensity in which you love, sometimes that is what you could do. Sometimes just being able to be patient with somebody as they go through something like that, because like I said, I can't I understand it. I understand it. So I do know that it does take a big person on your behalf too, to be able to take the turmoil going on with trying to figure out what's going on, trying to explain things to the other babies, try to love somebody at the same time. You have to be very, very patient. And so I do want you to know that. And I want you to recognize that that's something that you are doing, and that's something that you are doing 100% correct. Because sometimes, man, just being patient for other people while you're going through something yourself, that's hard. You
Yeah,
see what I'm
man, it's
saying?
difficult.
It's very difficult. What advice would you give to a parent out there who may be going through something similar, who just started going through the grieving process? What would you give them as some advice?
Man, my advice is stay strong, stay prayed up, stay around people that love you. You know what I'm saying? That they're gonna be there for you, not just because of the situation, just because they love you and they want to see you doing better. You know what I'm saying? Never give up. Don't give up. I'm not giving up on my baby until justice is served. You know what I'm saying? Stay diligent. You know what I'm saying? Stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the main reasons why I'm okay right now, is because of me going back and forth to church, me talking to certain people. Like, as you know, my mom is very in the church, very in the God. You know what I'm saying? We pray on a daily basis. She still calls me to this day to pray with me every single day. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that I'm okay, my head is screwed on correctly, so I can get back to my wife and my family, you know what I'm saying, and pray for them, and, you know what I'm saying, make sure they're okay, make sure their heads are screwed on correctly. Because as men, you know what I'm saying, we're the leader, we're the head of our household, we're the kings of our castles. And if we're not right, the rest of the family is going to ripple down to the rest of the family. So even though I'm broken and, you know what I'm saying, so many different places, I still have to be strong. So my advice to the next person is to be strong. Go into that inner man, that inner woman, and, you know what I'm saying, pull that greatness. You have to pull that greatness out, not just for you, but for the people that are around you. If you have other kids, you have to be strong for them too. You feel me? Even though you're broken, you can't show them that it's breaking you the way that it is, because they still need you to be strong and still be a parent at the same time. Their life hasn't ended. They're still moving forward, and you need to still continue to move forward with them without forgetting, you know what I'm saying, and still being able to be strong. And
All
it's
right.
difficult, bro. It's a daily battle, daily.
I
Sometimes
know.
it's hourly. It hits me during the daytime, and I gotta stop whatever I'm doing and sit down and shed tears still. You know what I'm saying? It's painful.
I know, I know. And we've even discussed the difficulty in not reacting and doing something to somebody for the fact that you still got to be around for your kids. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I know as a man, you don't even got to say it, how hard that is. You know what I mean? To actually want to reach out and touch something. But at the same time, you got to put in perspective the brothers, the sisters, the mom, and the things that would be left behind if you were to react like that. And that's why I told you earlier, your patience is a virtue. The way you're
Mm-hmm.
handling things is magnificent. And I know it's not easy to do. And I know that I'm interviewing you, but I'm still talking to you at the same time because I'm impressed with the strength and the virtue that you have shown through this, man. And this is me knowing you since you were a baby. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And look, let me give you guys a little couple quick stories about Marcus here. Marcus, this didn't make him a good man. He was already a good man. I sat there and I watched Marcus be pressed because he wanted to make sure he made the dance with his daughter, the daddy-daughter dance. I know the way his mind thinks. He think about his kids constantly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and he will do whatever it takes on the face of the planet to make sure that his kids are right. And so I know what he's going through, but I do want to commend him on being the person that he has been. And I want to ask anybody that's watching if you guys will help keep the awareness going, if you guys will help keep the
Please.
conversation going, if you
Please.
guys will help us call this prosecutor, the district attorney, whoever, even if you guys just take and share this on your Facebook, share this on whatever social media platforms you guys have, and just do it because this is a good man. They have a good family and they're growing. But again, sometimes people need closure and sometimes we need help. So let's
Yeah.
not just let them go through this by themselves, you guys. And so, Marcus, man, I want
Yeah.
to
What's
tell you
going on,
thank
bro?
you. I want
I
to tell
want
you I love you. Stay strong. Don't quit. We're going to get on it, man. I'm going to call it till the phone break.
Yeah, man. I want to say thank you, real, because you know what I'm saying. You have a large part in what I'm saying my growth, as you know. You know what I'm saying. You more like a big brother than a cousin to me from all the situations that what I'm saying. You was there for me. You know what I'm saying. You part of the reason why I'm the man that I am today, because I always looked up to you and how you handled your situations. You know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying. We know that we've been through some situations before. You know what I'm saying. I know you've been through some situations not exactly the same, but similar to where patience had to work her perfect will in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That testimonial right there, just me seeing and you know what I'm saying, that helped me, you know what I'm saying, a lot in my situation. So, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I want
Yeah.
to thank you.
Well, look, man, and I'm gonna give one more story. One day I was talking to Marcus and he was about to go do something. He was going to go look for a job. Next call I get, Marcus is in Loma Linda Hospital, stabbed up. He got stabbed looking for a job. So you want to talk about somebody who's been a lot. This is a strong man right here. And when and after he got done, I said, "Hey man, just look for jobs online."
Yeah,
just
that was a scary time, man. I can't lie, man.
just
That was
just just look for jobs online. But anyway, yeah, Marcus, why don't you real quick just before we leave out, just to leave an impression on people's mind, let people know what Ocean meant to you, and we're gonna go on and just close it out.
man. I can't even. I'll be on here for an hour if I tell you exactly how she meant to me, bro. I'm just gonna try to make it as brief as
Man,
possible.
say what's
You know,
ever on your heart, man. Go
man,
ahead and say
this
what's
little
on your heart.
man, this little girl has so much spirit. You know what I'm saying? This was my baby. You know what I'm saying? My baby, youngest baby, 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? Just learning how to talk. You know what I'm saying? A little angel. You know what I'm saying? I can't even explain it, bro. She was like our completion, like you know what I'm saying, our ending chapter. You know what I'm saying? she just had so much soul for how little she was, bro. It's crazy, man. Because you know what I'm saying. She's 2 year old. She has at the time. My son, he was 4 at the time. She's 2. She's wiping his butt. You know what I'm saying? When he's on the toilet. You know what I'm saying? I hear her saying, bank, bank. You know what I'm saying? Bank, bank, boo, boo. I look over. You know what I'm saying? And she's literally rolling up tissue, wiping her older brother's butt. You know what I'm saying? This little baby was nothing but a joy. You know what I'm saying? She was very, very outspoken. When anybody that has kids that are kind of close together knows that the younger kid always tries to step their game up so they can be on the same level as the older kid. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they could do what the older kid is doing, and you know what I'm saying, sometimes more. And that was her, bro. You know what I'm saying? She was the epitome of loving her older brother. She would go crazy, you know what I'm saying, when her older brother would come in the room, or when he had to go to kindergarten, she would be going crazy crying for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just a normal little baby. You know what I'm saying? My love, she was just so, she had so much soul and spirit for how little she was. It was crazy. Everybody would say that wherever she was at. You know what I'm saying? Like, that little baby being here before you. I know a lot of people say that about other little kids or whatnot, but you know what I'm saying? She was just ahead of her time as far as like her mental. You know what I'm saying? She was even talking better than her older brother. We'd be like, what did Kyrie say? She'd be like, oh, man said, you know what I'm saying? And she'd let us know, you know what I'm saying? She would actually get him dressed sometimes. I got your clothes, Bing Bing. I got your clothes, Bing Bing. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? She was just a joy to have, bro. I don't understand how somebody could do something to a baby that was so much spirit, so much joy. She was just a joy. She would wake up smiling, so happy. If she knew that you was down, she'd message you until you said something to her, even if it was move, like, you know what I'm saying? Move, Oshi. So, I'm here. I'm here out here. So, you know what I'm saying? She'd get in trouble. And that was her favorite thing. Like, Boshi, you know you wasn't supposed to be having this candy. So, I like candy. I like candy, daddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was just a beautiful, beautiful little girl, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason that anything should have ever happened to her like this. Like I said, if they felt like she was too much, if they couldn't take her saying so after she was getting disciplined, send her home, you know what I'm saying? Because now we have a broken family, you know what I'm saying? We have broken hearts, broken spirits around here, you know what I'm saying? People that can't get closure, and it's really messing with everybody else, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know
Right. All right. Well, look, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to push for some answers. We're going to try to push for some results. I'm going to make sure that I'm recording it, so I'll be able to upload it on Facebook and whatever social media platform. Keep uploading it, keep talking to people. If you guys know somebody in Honolulu or an attorney, an outside attorney that'll be willing to give some type of advice or just some type of counsel, you guys let us know. We appreciate it. But yeah, you guys, we need justice. You know what I'm saying? We need justice, and we're gonna get it. So, hey, this is Soapbox Heroes. My name is Tyrone Irvin. Marcus.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate you taking the time, because you might be helping somebody else who might be going through something similar, and then being able to see you be strong and see you be able to, come at it, and I know you have hard days, but you're still moving forward. So I guarantee you helping somebody.
Man, I appreciate you, man, for allowing me to use your platform to stand
our
on
platform. We're gonna have to do this more.
Speak out. Yeah, man. I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Tapping in with you on the subjects that I do know about. I'm not going to speak out the side of my neck on the subjects that I don't know. So, you know what I'm saying? On those subjects, I just sit back and listen. You know what I'm saying? But I love to come back on here and talk about something other. But for right now, it's justice for Ocean. I really appreciate you, relative. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's watching and listening, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to Soapbox Heroes. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying? This information, because the more people we could get to actually see this, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying, it could hit that right person. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You might have a friend that I don't, that is the key to helping us close this case.
Right,
you know
right.
So
right. And I mean, and people don't understand how things work. Sometimes when you share things, look, I saw a video earlier of a girl rapping and she couldn't rap. and it had almost 5 million views. So out of 5 million people, if we could get something like that on a situation like this, I'm sure it would push somebody into wanting to help. And I am sure the publicity of it would make the district attorney move. But
Yeah,
we need
exactly.
help. We need help. We need people to be willing to talk about it. It shouldn't just have to be drama or a celebrity getting a divorce or somebody doing something crazy. We need justice. And so when we need to step up and help each other, we can help. You don't even got to dig in your pockets, but we need to make stuff like this important. And it's not for notoriety. It's not so people know somebody's name. I wouldn't care if not one person subscribed, as long as the people carried it further, help us put pressure on the right people, and that help happens with numbers. And so it's always perplexing to me when I will watch something like this, and we're talking about real justice that's really needed for a beautiful little girl who had her life taken away by a savage. And we're gonna have a hard time getting people to share. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, for real.
So you guys help us tune it up. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I was just saying, but if it was something stupid, you know what I'm saying, people share.
They'll be all over
that matters. Share for somebody that needs it. You know what I'm saying? This isn't about the money. This is about just justice. You know what I'm saying? We want to see this case come closed with, you know what I'm saying, the right person in prison. You know what I'm saying? Preferably both of them, because it falls on both people. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we need. That's what we asking for. That's what we pressing for. And so, yeah, you guys, like I said, if anybody watching knows somebody, anybody got any suggestions, anybody have anything in your mind that can help us move forward and get justice for Ocean, let it be known. But we're going to go ahead and leave it like that. I'm going to say justice for Ocean. You guys out there, if you in the comments, type in justice for Ocean. And you guys help us spread the word. At least talk to some people about it. You might help somebody else going through the situation be a little more vigilant. But yeah, it does bother me that you can have somebody doing something dumb and they will garner more attention in this very important topic. So with that being said, we're going to get out of here. I love you, Marcus.
I love you too, real.
All right, we out of here.
All right.